I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go, the only thing that I know. You were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity. I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not.
Warning. The Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, continuing on our race weekend here from the West Coast mile-and-a-half Speedway, playing host to the third races of both the second season of Duracell Ultra Light Series and the 8th season of the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. Today is the Cup Series drivers taking to the track for a 20-minute qualifying session. Find out who's going to line up on the pole, set the starting lineup for tomorrow afternoon's Full House 150. Going to be 20 minutes on the clock, being told that timer begins now. Drivers will head on out there and not only try and figure out where they're going to start for tomorrow afternoon's event, but maybe get a little bit of extra track time in and figuring out how these cars are going to feel when everybody's in a 42-car pack tomorrow and the green flag flies. Well, I believe last week at Manassas, Nick Gunther was the first one out onto the racetrack, and he's going to do the same thing here this week at Las Vegas. A Mazda MX-5 out of Garage 55. Nick Gunther coming into this race after the first two races of the season, 23rd in points. He didn't finish well in the 500, but a good run last week at Manassas jumped him up 13 spots in the standings, and he will look to continue to climb his way up the points here this week. Gunther has been very good at qualifying. As a matter of fact, has the best average starting position in the first two races of third. Got the pole position last week at Manassas, so looking for back-to-back pole positions. As we should have our first official lap time of the session in at a 28.472 for Nick Gunther. So we'll bring up your timer and your speeds will start scrolling across the top of the screen. Two different race winners in the first two races this season. Toyota going to victory lane with multiple-time Daytona 500 winner now Matt Haas. And then last week, Ford extended its streak at Manassas to 8 straight races where it has won at the 2-mile racetrack. Nathan Ormond, the most recent of those drivers, picking up his first win on the season and skyrocketing through the point standings from 30th now to 11th in points, 19 positions gained with that trip to victory lane. But a lot of drivers, after a couple of mediocre or poor performances in the first two races of the season, really looking to bounce back here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is one of them. Dustin Boland, he's done well in qualifying. He's got an 8th place average starting position in the first two races. However, a 29th place average finishing position at Daytona and Manassas has him mired 31st in points. Dustin Boland's made the playoffs in both of his seasons that he's run here in the Cup Series. 3 victories got him into the playoffs back in Season 6. And points and consistency got him into the playoffs last season, but spinning his wheels a little bit here in the early going of Season 8. He's looking to bounce back here Young Motorsports has never picked up a victory at Las Vegas yet in the team's career. Jordan Lopez. We've seen Chris Dollerton at Daytona. We saw Trey Wright last week at Manassas. And the fourth entry out of Blue Oval Automotive, non-charter entry, will field the former Cup Series champion this week. Jordan Lopez with the very familiar NVIDIA sponsorship on the Dark Horse number 82 Mustang. And Lopez coming into this race as the inaugural winner at Las Vegas all the way back in Season 1. As a matter of fact, Blue Oval Automotive has 2 victories here at Las Vegas. William Hoer, as a rookie back in Season 6, got his first career win at this racetrack as well. I did fail to mention, but I guess it kind of goes without saying, you didn't see a non-charter session prior here to this 20-minute session, so only 2 non-charter drivers showed up this week. So all 42 drivers that showed will make the race, Autumn Brooks being the other. RJ Bishop in the 98 with the Kroger colors on his GT500 this week. RJ coming into this race situated currently in the 26th position in points. Of course, last week caught up in that big wreck, DNF'd, dropped 16 spots in the standings, so looking to bounce back here this week at Las Vegas. There's your defending winner of the race, Kyler Sustre. Many will remember last year, Sustre was in a single car entry, single car team, non-chartered, had to qualify his way into the show. And what did he do? He became one of multiple rookies that went to victory lane, but was the only rookie to do so under a non-charter capacity. Now he's a charter driver running full-time for Haas Racing, and he'd love to win this event in back-to-back seasons. Kyler Sustre coming into this weekend's race, situated 20th in the point standings, dropped 5 spots in overall points after last week at Manassas. Dylan Poteet, 2-time winner from last season. Right now 30th on the board in the Fortnite Squad Racing Toyota. The organization has not gotten off to a great start with their full-time drivers, Dylan Poteet and Carson Gum, both not running all that well in the point standings after 2 races. Poteet dropped 8 spots down to 22nd after Manassas last week. Carson Gum right now situated 40th in points. So they're trying to get that Toyota program going. Remember, Fortnite Squad Racing, formerly Pigeon Racing, they were Chevrolet team for season after season after season. Made the jump over to the new 2024 Toyota Camry for this season, and it's been some growing pains, at least here in the early going. Quentin Moore in the 89 out of Joanna Atwood Motorsports. Quentin coming into this race 18th in points. Dropped 6 spots in the standings last week after Manassas. Behind him, Laura Chung, right now 4th on the board for the Sports Clips Toyota. Laura Chung 17th in the standings. I believe she was one of 2 drivers last week who did not have their points positioning changed. Went into Manassas 17th in points, left Manassas 17th in points. Right now, this is the car at the top of the board. Matt Haas, defending Daytona 500 winner. Didn't get the best of runs last week at Manassas, so he lost the points lead, dropped down to 6th in points, but only 8 points out of the top position. And right now, a 27.689 has him at the top of the board, looking to become the first driver to have a win and a pole here in Season 8. Connor Breton, right now 15th on the board. Connor has not had the best of a start here to this season, as he's 32nd in points, lost 8 spots after Manassas last week. Jack Mitchell, we'll see him later on this afternoon in the Roll the Dice 120, the Duracell Ultralight Series race. Right now 38th on the board for the driver out of Adrenaline Motorsports. Jack coming into this race currently 3rd in points. One of 5 drivers that has started out the season with back-to-back top 10 finishes. He is 3 points out of the points lead. But as things stand right now, he will not be starting anywhere towards the front tomorrow afternoon unless something rapidly changes. Jessica Shelton had the pole position at Daytona for the 500. The defending champion of the series, and Shelton comes into this race currently in the 28th position in points. Dropped 9 spots in the standings after last week at Manassas, so looking to bounce back, as there is last week's winner, Nathan Ormond, picking up his first win on the season. And as we mentioned, he jumped 19 spots in the standings to 11th in points. Right now, he would be in the first wild card spot as far as the playoffs go, but he wants to point his way up into the top 10 in overall standings, riding some good momentum into this week. Right now, he is 16th on the speed charts as they currently run. Rookie Eric Sadler out of Young Motorsports, 27th on the board right now in the GameStop colors on his Dark Horse Mustang. Eric Sadler currently situated in the 8th position in points. Eric Sadler also the current rookie points leader, tied actually for rookie points lead with Eric Monaco. So it's the Eric versus Eric battle currently for Rookie of the Year here in Season 8. Monaco, I think, is not too far back here. Yeah, there he is at the tail end of this group. But we'll start first with the former champion Charles Sanford, the GoBowling.com Chevrolet Camaro this week. Charles Sanford, 36th in points coming to this one. He gained a spot in overall points last week, but it only moved him from 37th to 36th. He's got an average finishing position of 31.5 in these first 2 races. So Charles definitely to get something going. He's 10th on the board right now as far as speeds are concerned. Maybe that could translate into a good run tomorrow afternoon. Charles, a West Coast driver from California. Cole Deaver, great start to the year for him. Back-to-back top 10s to begin Season 8. 5th in overall points, 7 points out of the points lead, and right now 13th on the board, running in the draft of his S3 Motorsports teammate. Best start Cole Deaver has been on in a number of Cup Series seasons. Now, we talked about the struggles of the former champion Carson Gum. 20th on the speed charts right now, but of the full-time chartered drivers, he is next to last in the point standings. The only other driver below him is Austin LaPlante. Carson has only accumulated 14 points in the first 2 races with an average finishing position of 36th. So he is definitely looking to bounce back here this week as Caleb Fogler will make the pass around him. Fogler is the slowest car on track right now at a 27.986. Caleb Fogler coming into 3rd race of the season, 14th in points, on a bit of a downward spiral after he dropped 12 spots in points last week from 2nd to 14th. So looking to bounce back, but definitely looking for a lot more speed out of that Blue Oval Automotive entry. Reggie Fogelman not doing much better. He's 39th on the board right now in the Taco Bell colors on his 2024 Toyota Camry XSE. Reggie Fogelman coming into this race 10th in points, gained 3 spots in overall stands last week, so he would currently be into a playoff spot via points. Obviously a long ways to go in this regular season, so we can't be saying they are officially in the playoffs, but they are, but you know, drivers that are in the top 10 points are in that cut line right now, where they would be in a playoff position via points if the season, regular season that is, were to come to a close. Dylan Young, 18th on the board right now, the Coca-Cola Dark Horse Mustang. D. Young coming to this race 4th in the standings, another of the drivers that has started out the season with back-to-back top 10 performances. He is 6 points out of the overall points lead. Got a train of Fords here. Jesse Turner, 12th on the speed charts right now in the U.S. Air Force entry out of Lake Effect Autosport. Jesse, 24th in the standings. Still searching for his first top 10 on the year. Lost 3 spots in points last week after Manassas. So right in the middle of the point standings is Turner. And Daniel Bouchard, the rookie out of Michael Norman Motorsports. Right now he has his Sheets Dark Horse Mustang 10th on the board. Daniel coming into this race 15th in the point stands after the first 2 races of his career. gained 3 spots, I think it was? No, 5 spots, I'm sorry, in points from 20th up to 15th after Manassas last week. Bouchard right now is third in rookie points, 3 points out of the points lead. Summer Henson is fourth, currently 5 points behind the Erics, both Monaco and Sadler. Alexander Rowe right now 8th on the speed charts in his Lake Effect Autosport entry. Alexander 27th in the standings, gained 4 spots in overall points after last week. Looking pretty speedy here, up inside the top 10 as things currently run. Matt Haas, who is still at the top of the board, right behind him, and then Daniel Voiles, who just ran his fastest lap of the race at 27.848, but that's only good enough right now for 24th position. Daniel Voiles coming into this one 34th in points, lost 8 spots in the standings after Manassas last week, so currently on a downward trend. There is Austin LaPlante. He needs something good to happen this week. Back-to-back poor performances at Daytona and Manassas. He's heading to pit road. 26th on the speed charts, but 41st in overall points. Austin LaPlante in 2 races has accumulated 12 points. That is 6 points less than Mike Tellier got in his only start in the 500. Tellier is ahead of Summer Henson, Carson Gum, and Austin LaPlante with only 1 start to their 2. So that's some drivers we'll be keeping an eye on that really need to get something going this week. They need some momentum to kind of spur them on. Keith Batson, 7th on the board in that bright number 39 machine. Keith Batson coming into this race currently in, I had his name and I just lost it. There he is, 29th in points. Gained 10 spots in the standings last week after a disappointing Daytona 500 with the DNF. Good bounce back week and looking to continue the ascent through the point standings. Looks like a good qualifying effort in line for the KB Racing Enterprises car, as he's actually tied with Jessica Shelton at a 27.744. Got quite a number of ties actually right now on the speed charts. There's a tie for 4th, Laura Chung and Destin Bolin at a 27.742, and then a little bit further down, Charles Sanford, James Qualls are tied for 11th at a 27.777. So a lot of ties up there inside the top 15 in the current speed charts. Kyle Matthews. Kyle 15th on the board right now in terms of speed. Suffered the dead last finish in the Daytona 500, but a great run last week. A top 10 at Manassas moved him up 17 spots in the stands. He's now up to 25th, the former champ. Brightly colored mellow yellow machine on his S3 Motorsports entry this week. And there is your points leader coming into this week after back-to-back top 5s to start out Season 8 and only his second full-time season. Benjamin Snyder at a Blue Oval Automotive. Great start to the year, a 3.5 position average finish. And he has 1 point over Benjamin Miles coming to this one. The Benjamin's up at the top of the point standings, but great start to the year for Benjamin Snyder. Not seeing the speed out of that car here this week right now, though. 35th currently on the charts, so he may be having to start pretty deep in the field to try and look for his 3rd straight top 5 finish. Matt McIntyre currently sitting in 18th. He was the other driver, aside from Laura Chung, whose position in points did not change going into and leaving Manassas. He came in 9th, left 9th, 18 points out of the points lead as he makes the dive onto pit road. Husband and wife combination running nose to tail here, Anthony McCrory and Autumn Brooks. Anthony will be taking part later on this afternoon in the Duracell Ultra Light Series race in the All-Star car of Garage 55. Right now he is 9th on the board in his Celsius Mazda. Anthony needs a good run. He had a somewhat decent run last week at Manassas, so he jumped up 6 spots in the standings, but remember he had that DNF in the 500, so he's only 35th in points after 2 races coming into this one. And Autumn Brooks, who finished 28th in her series debut last week at Manassas, currently 44th in points. Obviously, that's due to the fact that she did not get any points last week. She's running for the Light Series Championship, not for the Cup Series Championship, but looking to improve her average finishing position, looking for her first career top 10 finish as she is 11th on the board. So Anthony 9th, Autumn 11th. They've been working together here during this qualifying session, which is almost wrapping up here. We're going to have to kind of expedite going through some of these other drivers here. Ryan Brommer right now 3rd on the charts at a 27.738. Ryan Brommer gained 13 spots in the points after a top 10 run last week, now 16th in overall standings. Joshua Osborne had a strong showing last week, almost won the race, might have won the race if it had ended under green. We had that late race yellow with the 1-lap shootout, but he still gained in points, jumped up to the 7th position in overall standings. 28th on the speed charts right now, though, for him. Nick Gunther was first out on track, 26th. There's James Qualls, 13th on the board in terms of speed right now. James Qualls, the 3-time winner from last season. This season, though, bit of a slow start as did not get a good run last week at Manassas. Dropped 10 spots in standings from 27th to 37th. So definitely eyeing Las Vegas as a bounce back. Summer Henson right now is 39th in points. Good qualifying efforts the last couple of weeks, even though now she is 37th on the boards. This will be her worst qualifying effort so far. And she is last in rookie points, 39th in overall standings, really looking for a bounce back. They're second on the board, Levi McIntyre, with 30 seconds left on the clock. So right now he would share the front row with Matt Haas, 27.718 for Levi McIntyre, who lost 2 spots in the points after last week at Manassas. 13th in overall points coming into this one. See if there's anybody we missed. There's Benjamin Miles, 2nd in points. 1 point back from Benjamin Snyder. Great start to the year here for Miles, one of 3 drivers that have started out the season with back-to-back top 5s. But he is 32nd on the charts. Looks like a lot of our drivers up the top of the point standings are going to be starting pretty deep in the field. Zachary Fitzwater, 21st on the board. Fitzwater gained 3 spots in the standings up to 19th coming into this week. Michael Norman, right now, he is 41st on the speed charts. He qualified dead last week at Manassas, too, so they really have not gotten the qualifying program for the 22 here in the early going. Michael comes into this race 21st in points, jumped up from 34th last week, gained 13 spots in the point standings, but looks like Matt Haas with 0s on the board. A couple of weeks removed from his first pole of the season. He is going to get, or his first win of the season, I should say, is going to get his first pole of the season after laying down that 27.689 very early on, and nobody was able to get remotely close to it. So well done for that team, as Matt Haas will be looking to lead the field to green tomorrow afternoon en route to what he hopes will be his 2nd win of the season. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think Matt Haas has ever had a multi-win season in Cup. I'll have that statistic for you tomorrow afternoon, but Levi McIntyre is going to share the front row with Matt Haas. How about Auto Junction Racing? Some pretty good speed out of their cars as Ryan Brommer and Laura Chung, teammates, will share row number 2. Destin Bolin, Jessica Shelton in row 3. Keith Batts and Alexander Rowe will be row 4. And then Anthony McCurry and Daniel Bouchard are going to be your top 10 in tomorrow's starting lineup. Take a look here, as I said, a lot of drivers that are running really well in points, going to be starting pretty deep in the field. You've got Benjamin Snyder, the points leader, all the way back there in 35th, 2nd in points. Benjamin Miles back in 32nd, so you're going to have a lot of cars to have to pass. Jack Mitchell, 3rd in points, back in 38th. Those are the 3 drivers that have started out the season with back-to-back top 5s. Can they get 3 in a row? They're going to have to pass a lot of traffic in order to do so. And then some Fords back there with not a whole lot of speed there. Jordan Lopez, a former winner here. His teammate Caleb Vogler and Michael Norman. This will be the 2nd straight week he will start in the last row. Well, we'll see. It's not about where you start, it's where you finish. And from what we saw in the lights qualifying session yesterday, and of course here in this session, it looks like passing is definitely possible. And it is a lengthy race, so maybe those drivers towards the back, maybe they'll be able to work their way up to the front, whether it be in just raw speed or maybe in pit strategy tomorrow afternoon. But thank you all for tuning into this qualifying session. Congratulations to Matt Haas on picking up his first pole on the year. He will hope to maybe be the first repeat winner in only the first 3 races this season. Hope you guys will join us for that event tomorrow afternoon. But we've got this afternoon your Light Series drivers taking to the track as they'll be taking part in the Roll the Dice 120, their 3rd race of the season. Can't wait for that one. Should be a good one. And hope you guys will join us at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that race event. But until then, I've been Seth Cole. You've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.